God, Marie, what have you done? The state of this room, Marie, it's abhorrent. What on God's earth did you do?
Listen to me. Hattie was fighting it.
Him?
Sure, him.
Well, then where is she now?
Oscar, don't be cruel.
All right.
We're in this together, you know.
Don't you dare.
It's true, isn't
I
it?
helped you with Albert, Marie, because I had no other choice. I never would have willingly allowed you.
Now listen. Hattie isn't going to come to that fate.
That fate? You make it seem as if you were...
Oscar, that's enough.
You came to me, Marie. Oh, God. Oh, God, what have I
Get
done?
it together.
Why did you bring me here? What was the purpose of this? To incriminate me too?
No, Oscar. You're the only one who's seen it.
Him! And please, don't remind me.
It's true, isn't it?
Stop. I refuse to remember.
Right. Well, you helped me then. Help me now.
And you promise nothing will happen to her? That you won't...
This is my sister, Oscar.
He was your husband.
That was different, and you know it. She was getting better. She was fighting it.
Him!
Yes, him.
Well, what's your plan then? She's obviously not woken up yet.
She was having a harder and harder time waking up.
What do you mean? So we had control of her more often?
If that's the way you see it.
That's the way it is.
So, what is your plan?
My plan? You brought me here.
To help.
I can ask around the congregation, see if anyone else has seen her. Do you have a photo?
Of course.
Thank you. What are you going to do?
I need to be here. I'll have to tie her up quickly.
That's a temporary solution, Marie. And if she doesn't come back, she doesn't wake up, how did she even get out?
I don't know.
The dust, was it disturbed?
Yes?
You said there was a new tenant. You don't think. You said he wasn't home. Could she have?
I don't know, Oscar. I don't know.
All right. It'll be okay. Look, we'll find her and bring her home before anything has happened. And you're sure nothing looks out of place otherwise?
I don't think so.
Okay. The church has a number of people who are more or less busybodies. I can list the help of Irish.
Office.
Hello?
And our man.
Oh, can I help you?
Hello. Sorry, you must be Oscar.
Yes, and you?
My name is Parker.
How can I help you, Parker?
Yes, I wanted to speak with you privately. This is quite the place you have here, through the church.
Sadly not as busy as we'd hoped out there. I'm sure you've noticed it's unseasonably warm for this time of year. Should be piles of snow. Though I'm happy for the warmer weather, as I know a lot of the less fortunate are as well.
Well, you do what you can.
Yes, of course. And what is it you do? Parker, what's it?
Yes, I'm a private investigator.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what I can help with. I don't have any information if that's what you're interested in.
I haven't said what subject I may be inquiring about yet. Have I?
No, but there's a great deal of things that...
There's no reason to be nervous, Oscar. I'm here in a friendly capacity. Worry not.
Right.
Do you know Marie?
Marie, no, that name doesn't sound too familiar.
He's lying.
There's many people in our flock. Thousands on certain days.
He's lying.
I thought you were the Oscar she told me about.
Oh, Marie, yes. Well, you know, I usually address her as Miss Pilon, so...
Well, she's asked me to touch base with you, actually, in finding her sister.
Of course. I told her I'd help her, but I've not done much yet.
You have a photo, I believe.
Yes, take it. It's yours. Here.
We need to find out more about Scratch, about this whole situation.
So you're helping Marie then, and I hope you find her. I do. I haven't even begun, so I'm afraid I'm not much help. So if you'd excuse me, I'd appreciate...
Oscar, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love a little more information about the thing that seems to inhabit her.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Is that so?
Yes.
Look, Oscar, Marie told me everything.
What do you mean?
She told me about her husband, Oscar. She told me about his death.
What? Why?
She told me about how you helped her cover it up.
No.
How you aided her in a crime.
I've never heard
She
that.
told me more than you realize, Oscar.
I don't know.
But you didn't think it through, Oscar.
I am not speaking.
Marie, Oscar. She's run out of options. Next? Maybe the police.
The police? She'd be mad to.
Mad to tell the police she's killed her husband. Of course. But will she say she killed her husband?
What?
Who would they believe more? A trusted, matronly landlord? Or a priest with a drinking problem?
She would never.
What? Murder her husband? Tell another soul about it? Because I'm here before you disproving both of those fallacies.
What do you want?
To help, Oscar.
All of what you just said.
Need never be the case if we find Hattie.
You're a real investigator.
You're damn straight.
From around here.
Arkham.
Huh.
Now, help me. Tell me what you know about Scratch.
How did you learn that name?
I've seen my fair share of oddities.
Not like this. Not like him.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Where did you first meet him?
Meet him? You make it sound like a chance encounter. He's waiting for people. Waiting for anyone.
Okay. Tell me.
I knew Marie through the church. She was a sweet woman. Her husband was a good man as well. But soon she stopped showing up with him. She seemed more and more distraught over time, more and more put out. Eventually I asked about her. Asked about her husband. Asked if I could help. A decision I will forever regret. She brought me home and showed me her husband. At the time I was convinced he was possessed by some demonic spirit. I even tried bringing it up in the church, have someone exorcise the demon, but every time I tried to act on it, he would wake up completely normal. Only when he was sleeping. When he was asleep, the Mr. Scratch would take over. Marie ended up tying him to the bed in the attic, keep him from wandering. But Scratch wanted out. More and more he wanted out. No. It was during one of those times I was there trying to help, trying to cast the demon out, that I fell asleep. I was plagued by dreams, but they weren't dreams, visions almost, of my past, of my
regret.
Yes, mistakes. And he spoke to me and I saw him.
And when you woke?
He was still there, still speaking to me through her husband. She called me one day in a tizzy when I arrived. She had killed him, driven a knife through his chest as he lay tied up in the bed in the attic.
Jesus.
Aye.
When Marie showed me around, I noticed dust by the door.
Aye. For some reason, Scratch cannot pass dust.
Do you know anything about the history of the house?
No. Why?
Did Scratch say anything about how old he was, or...
No.
Okay, well, look. We're working together on this now, right?
I suppose so.
Right, I need your help then. I need to investigate exactly what this creature is.
You believe me? Just like that?
Like I said, I've been around.
Apparently.
I need you to find out everything you can about that house. Can you do that for me?
I suppose so. Yes, I think I can.
Brilliant.
Hattie, before she would just wake up and come home, but...
We'll hope, but Scratch is the key to this. To ending this, proper.
Right. Thank you, Mr.
Just Parker.
I'll look into that.
And anything else that comes to mind too, okay?
Right, and where should I reach you when I...
Oh, telephone me at Marie's, I suppose.
At Marie's?
Yes, or...
Or?
Actually, do you have a phone book?
Yes, here.
Saltzman.
Is that who?
Yeah, yes, just finding an address and number.
S then, yeah?
Right.
Here.
Call me here at this number, if I'm not at Marie's.
Right.
And think on what you know.
Thank you, Parker. And I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll see myself out.
Why here and not at the hotel?
Parker.
Did you find anything out about the house?
Yes.
Brilliant.
It's got quite the history.
Yeah.
Someone's at the door.
Hello?
Sorry, I'm just at a friend's house. Hold on.
What?
Hold, Oscar.
Parker.
1 second, Oscar. Daniel, get down!
Run, Arthur! Someone is approaching us.
Who?
I have no idea, Arthur.
Parker!
They know your alias.
Wait.
Parker!
Oscar?
Parker! Parker! You made it. You made it out. You called me. I heard gunshots. I saw the address when you looked it up, and
You saved Daniel.
I did what anyone would do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, well. Don't thank me yet. He's quite upset.
I'm speechless. Wait, Daniel, is he?
He's fine. He's fine. He's in the men's ward.
I looked, but I didn't see.
We saw you.
How did I miss that?
Well, you're under a lot of stress, I'm sure.
Daniel.
Yes, of course. Now he's very groggy. So, fair warning.
Of course. Just take it easy.
Huh?
Oh, I'm just telling myself to relax.
Of course.
Daniel.
I'll give you two a moment. Parker, when you're done, I'll...
Yes, we'll talk in a second.
Right.
Oscar, where's Oscar?
By the door to the ward.
Parker.
Listen, you're in danger. You can't be associated with this, Oscar. You need to leave this...
No. Look, you clearly need my help. If you haven't noticed the garb, I'm not in the business of not helping.
I don't understand. Why? I mean, Oscar, we don't know each other.
We don't have to know each other. Look, I don't know if your name is Parker. I don't care. It looks to me like you're trying to do good in this world. And so am I. And I want to help. So let me.
Be on the lookout for a man that...
Well, that's not him, is it? Looks like he wants to talk to you.
Look. You want to help. Don't let Daniel out of your sight, no matter what.
I promise.
Okay.
Oscar!
You bastard.
Hey. Oscar hit him with a bedpan!
Well done.
Oscar!
Alright, move in.
Why didn't you leave?
You needed me.
Thank you.
Oscar, was it?
Aye.
Thank you so much for everything.
Of course. Let me grab some things from your house for you and lock up.
Please, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Perhaps Arthur can accompany you. He's looking for a friend right now.
Yes, Oscar, if that's all right.
Of course. However, that detective is still looking to speak with you. I'll wait with your father, and after, you and I will head over. We still have much to chat about.
Thank you.
Go.
Oscar's coming back out of the store.
Sorry about that. Just wasn't sure if I'd make it out before they close.
No worries at all. Thank you so much for heading to Daniel's with me, and for grabbing some items for him.
Of course. So, that was quite the ordeal, Arthur.
Yes, about that.
Look, seeing what transpired, I can imagine why you felt using a different name would help.
Yes, and about the, deaths,
Look, I'd be lying if I said I shared Daniel's level of understanding. But I have my fair share of regrets as well. I mean, if you'd like to talk about...
No, not particularly.
Aye.
Look, I'm not a bad person.
Of that I believe. I saw what you did for Daniel. For me. Everyone did. It was quite heroic.
You said you had information for me.
Yes. After you left, I had a thought. That Marie lives above the grocer. Yes, because it was a business, they're a little more open to give me some information. I gave them a ring, and turns out that they leased a building from the state. A man by the name of Edward William Allen. Not only is he no longer around, but he never married. Well, I asked where they send their money to. Leasing it, no. They said that they send their money addressed to a lawyer named David Rose, who handles the estate. I got his number from the phone book. If anyone knows anything about this
Edward William Allen. It'd be him.
Clever. That's brilliant, Oscar. Did you call?
No, I wanted to check with you obviously first. You being the private investigator and all.
Thank you, Oscar. When we get to Daniels, I'll give them a ring and see.
Lovely.
So, you said you have your fair share of regrets.
Aye.
What kind of regrets do you have?
To be clear now, I normally don't bare my soul to those who merely ask about my past. But I think it's fair to say that between the two of us, you've revealed more about yourself in the last hour than most people would in a lifetime. So, I never knew my parents. I was given away as a wee lad. The family I had was the family I made. My father were the priests. The women are mums. My brothers, sisters, the others left behind. But there was a boy that I felt especially responsible for. If I had a brother, I would have wished that his name was Alexander. He was the smallest of us, the boys, but held a spirit too strong for his frame. It overflowed. His exuberance for life, for laughter, was contagious. I found such comfort in him. But others did not. There was a priest there, Father McKenna. He despised Alexander. Whether it was because he couldn't be affected by the words he preached, or that he wouldn't fall in line the way the other boys did, perhaps he envied his youth and naivety. I don't know. But what I do know is he tortured that young boy. He would spur the lads to bully him, encouraging the beat on him during the day and night. He'd have little games that he forced the boys to play and reward them when they picked Alexander last or had him in the mix as a potential for pain and bruises. He would make his knuckles bleed when he breathed too loud. It was horrible. But what could we do? These were our guardians, our parents. We were taught not to stand up to them. So it continued. Every day, Father McKenna would find reasons to torment Alexander. Every night I would lay across from him, listening to him whimper as he fell asleep. I tried to help. Spoke to the other priests who had empty promises of investigating. I tried to get Alexander out of trouble here and there, but Father McKenna would find ways, invent problems. He was merciless. And then one day, when we woke up, Alexander wasn't there. They believed that he left. Father McKenna not least of all pressing that narrative. I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. I looked around, everywhere for signs of where he may have gone, but found nothing. No note, no scrap of fabric, no footprints in the rose garden, nothing. I had all but started to believe the lies when I overheard some of the girls talking about the bell tower ghost. A spirit lost to the ravages of time, trapped in the tower. We weren't meant to fraternise with the girls, but I was intent on learning more. Apparently the girls had gone up there as a dare and heard whimpering beyond the wall. When everyone had fallen asleep that night, I climbed the stairs to the bell tower. I found the wall the girls had pointed out. It didn't take me long to find out how it opened. Behind the wall, curled up, naked, and starved nearly to death, was the small body of Alexander. Oh. The other priests took him aside and spoke to him before the police arrived. I don't know what they said to him, or what Alexander told them, but he never elaborated on what happened to him. The official story, if you want to call it that, is that Alexander, so overwhelmed with being bullied, admitted to sneaking off and trying to hide from the other children, and got trapped in the bell tower. It was easy enough to swallow, easy enough to believe that Alexander was to blame. It seemed like everyone bought the story, the child who just didn't seem to fit in, making his own mess of things. But I wasn't watching the police as they took Alexander away to hospital. I didn't watch Alexander as all of this transpired. I watched McKenna. I studied his face. The corners of his mouth upturned in such a subtle way, it would almost appear as concern. But I knew what it really was. Pleasure. Pleasure with having gotten away with it. When the boys had fallen asleep, and the orphanage was washed in silent slumber, I rose from my bed, took a hammer from the work shed, entered Father McKenna's quarters, and used the claw side of it to break every bone in his face. Chunks of bone and flesh broke off as he screamed bloody murder into the night. Eventually the other priests came in and pulled me off. I was carted away. I never saw Alexander again, or Father McKenna.
Did Alexander go back to the orphanage where McKenna was?
I don't know. I never got the courage to find out. So, you see, I have regret. Anyway, looks like this is the place.
Right. Okay.
I'll head upstairs and pack a bag for him.
Wait, Oscar.
Aye.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Thank you for sharing. But I have to ask, what part of it do you regret, exactly?
The only thing I regret was leaving McKenna alive.
But he's all right. And we have Oscar to thank for that.
He's all right now. Breathe easy. I'll be upstairs getting the bag together for Daniel.
Oh, before you head upstairs, the number for David Rose.
Oh, of course. Here.
Thank you. So what do we do?
Do you think Daniel will need a brush?
Oscar,
No!
Right?
I mean, no, John.
you haven't found a suitable host either, which means
I'm just about ready to head back. You done here?
Yes, almost.
I'll wait for you downstairs.
if it's us or him.
Yes. Where is he?
In the sitting room where Daniel and you spoke.
Oh, you're done already.
Yes, found it fairly quick.
You talk to yourself quite a bit. Easier to remember things that way, or...
Yes, I suppose so. Did you need him?
No. You spoke with David Rose then?
Yes, he mentioned a second property up north, actually. Also owned by Alan.
Interesting.
Yes, I think there may be answers there.
Right, well, I have Daniel's things now. I'll probably head back to him.
Actually, Oscar, if you have a moment, I want to talk to you about something.
Sure. All right. What's on your mind?
There's some things I had kept from you. Well, I wanted you to know my purpose for being here. Truly.
To see Daniel.
No, actually, that was more of a secondary benefit.
I'm all ears.
I came from north of the city, from a town called Addison.
Don't think I've heard of it.
I don't think many do. Well, there was a man there named Larson. He was a man who abused and enslaved many of the townspeople. He also sought out power, the kinds that Scratch wields and exists within, I believe.
All right.
When I escaped from his home, from this town, I came here knowing that Larson drew his power from an organization that he was a part of, called the Order of the Fallen Star.
Aye.
I came to Daniel to ask for his Freemason's ring, in order to see about asking some of that organization's members if they know anything about this cult. I plan to locate this Order of the Fallen Star, infiltrate, and bring it down.
Interesting. How do you plan on doing that?
I don't know.
And the butcher?
Sent by Larson to stop me.
So clearly he's threatened by you.
Precisely.
I don't blame him. You're a formidable opponent, I gather.
To some.
You've taken on quite a lot, if I do say so.
You're no slouch.
Where do these Freemasons meet up, anyway?
I don't know.
Well, I can ask Daniel when I drop these off to him in a bit, if you'd like.
Oh. Yes, thank you, Oscar.
Look, I don't know how much help I'll be, but if you think it's something I can do to aid, please let me know.
Appreciated, but despite this being my goal. Scratch, to me, is a much bigger threat at the present moment.
Aye. Well, Hattie's still out there.
I have a book, actually. When I was in Marie's house, I noticed that there was
A what?
secret passage in Hattie's room. There was some sort of ritual done. Perhaps a summoning. You with me so far?
So far.
The symbol matches one on that book. I think the body may be Edward William Allen's. It looked 200 years old.
200? Well, I'm not sure that's possible. Well, no, the house was only built about 30 years ago. Aye.
Well, when Scratch spoke to me, he said that he had been trapped in those walls for 200 years.
I'm not sure what to tell you, but this book is fascinating.
Was Scratch lying? Why would he lie about that?
Have you used it previously?
Yes, once, another creature.
Another creature? Lord.
I didn't get the impression it was a lie.
What was?
What if it wasn't, as long as Scratch is saying, but he's not aware?
Meaning?
Scratch is someone who visits while sleeping.
Go on.
What if time moves differently for him?
Right.
But for others? Is it possible that time stretches?
Dilation.
No, he's a creature of the dreaming world, after all.
It would make sense as to why he's so desperate for freedom. If every day felt like 10, I'd be batty as well. Well, it looks like there's a great deal of information on each of these creatures. If time dilation is one that could help us narrow things down, I'd look for it.
Look, anything to help narrow it down.
Right.
Would you mind, terribly?
Not at all.
Look, regardless, the house up north may hold the other half of these answers.
Right.
Would you mind coming along?
No. I just want to drop these things off at Daniel's, at the hospital first, if that's okay. And I can ask about the Freemasons too, where they meet.
Brilliant. Well, I can wait for you, if you'd like.
If you prefer to go alone first, I can take a taxi up later. It seems like time is of the essence, no?
Right.
Whatever makes the most sense. I'll make it work.
Time is of the essence. We're better working together.
All right.
Are we?
Well, I'll head out then. You can pick me up there.
How?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm far from able to afford the vehicle. Mrs. Pilon has one, I believe. I'm sure she'd be agreeable.
I don't want to bother her.
Yes, or Hattie. Where could she be?
My hope is the house not only provides context, but answers.
Will she need to be there for that?
Possible. Hopefully not. I believe... Well, we can probably draw Scratch through our dreams.
How do you imagine?
The book will have answers.
Right. I'll have a look at it on our way up there. If Daniel... Wait. Daniel, you don't think he'd own a...
Oh, of course! He would absolutely have an automobile.
It must be in his garage, of course.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. Perfect. You won't mind.
You're positive?
Positive.
Aye.
Look, I'll find the keys and come pick you up. I'll be right behind you.
All right. Arthur.
Yes.
I may, if you're not too across from the hospital. Never mind. See you shortly.
Well, is there anything else?
A bar. Tin God. It's not very lively.
Oscar?
One of the men at the bar.
You took your time.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Am I okay? You know, I haven't thought about that night in many years. No, it's not your fault. It's mine. All of it. What happened? What happened to... Why didn't I go back? Why didn't I go back to see? To find out what happened?
Sometimes we can't go back.
Is
this why? I don't know what to say.
He's looking back at the drink, Arthur.
Oscar. Wait. You look like you've hit Bedrock, friend.
What?
Bedrock. Say, have you ever had a blood and sand?
A what? No, I don't...
It's a cocktail, actually. A friend turned me onto them once.
I don't understand.
I understand what you're going through.
Do you?
My daughter is dead. Because of me. Because of my negligence. Here, that's her. This photo. Here.
Arthur.
It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. But I've accepted it. And I can promise you that the little tin god in this bar won't help.
What does?
I'd love to know. The truth is, Oscar, there is no one way to fix what's broken. Some days, for people like you and I, it feels like it's easier to drown the sorrow. But that's not today.
Why not?
Because I still need you. Today. Helping. Sometimes it feels good for the soul. I get that. I think you're the same way. You help others. You saved Daniel's life.
I didn't.
You did. Not because of your past, not because of your mistakes. Because of who you are.
I help because I have to, because of what I've done.
No, I don't buy that. You help because you care. I see it. You do. But you're weak. And I'm weak too. But I also see your immense strength when you help others, and I see how hard it is for you to help yourself.
You say that. But I was ready to down this.
It looked like you waited.
I prayed.
For what?
A reason.
And now you have one. I need your help tonight, Oscar. Do what you do best. And help people.
Bedrock. I like that.
The car's across the street. Go.
Thank you.
Of course.
No, I mean it. Thank you.
Would you tell him to stop? Please.
Oscar.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I find it helps me read.
It's irritating beyond measure.
It's fine.
Damn. I don't take the Lord's name in vain often, but... Jesus Christ. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Where on earth did you get this?
There's a town called Harper's Hill, near Arkham. I found myself there looking for someone who had answers.
Answers about what?
Well, another book, actually.
Did you find answers?
Not exactly. But I tracked someone who would be able to help me to an island off the town's lake.
Well, it's quite the read. Yes, I suppose so. It's quite old as well, perhaps from that era.
I didn't realize.
Yes, well, look at it. I mean, you don't see books like this anymore. It's quite evident how old it is. It's by far the oldest book I've ever seen. It could, I don't know, maybe be 9th or 10th century, I don't know. But I have seen texts that are old, and this is remarkable.
You've had a look through it then?
Yes, I really don't know what to say. This creature we're hunting could be any manner of thing.
Such as?
This whole book is filled with horrors, but a lot of these creatures are more physical in their manifestations than Scratch appears to be.
Okay.
Larvae of outer gods, hounds of Tindalos, a bloody boltworm of the Benazi desert. I mean, can you imagine such a thing?
Right, but what of the non-physical entities then?
Well, in those, there are endless possibilities. Mainly in the category of immensely powerful.
What do you mean?
These creatures, they seem to be gods in a way. Or at least that's how this book makes them out to sound. I mean, it's all a little far-fetched despite what I've seen. Beyond narrowing it down, which is difficult. Many of these elder gods don't have the same rules of physically bound creatures. They can manifest however they want, wherever they want.
But Scratch can't.
No. Which allowed me to narrow down some suspects, but not many. For example, Hypnos, an elder god, lord of dreams and sleep.
Well, that sounds promising.
Yes, but Hypnos is known to transform the dreamer's form in some way, change the way they look, which is not what Scratch did, not really his plan.
Right.
Nothing about torturing or manipulating or possessing.
Really?
Aye.
Dolska, or that green flame can possess the flesh of a dead person. Vorvadosh, creator of the sands, can see truth the way he did in my mind. But none of them are exactly right. In the description, they're vague at best. Narrowing it down is... I mean, this reference to a place called the Dreamlands. A place, can you imagine?
I don't have to.
What do you mean?
I was there. In the Dreamlands.
Have you seen some of these before?
Seen. And fought.
And fought?
And you will too. He read your mind.
Aye.
We both have come face to face with this thing, Oscar. I was in a trance of sorts, being led, manipulated into performing tasks. Seeing things that...
Alexander.
Is that who you saw? Is that who Scratched appeared as?
Aye.
Look, we've both faced him, Oscar. And we'll do it again. This time more prepared.
Alright. Well, there's nothing about dust or violet skin or silver
You
eyes.
don't trust me enough to read the damn book, and now you're acting as if I'm not even here.
What about time dilation?
What do you mean?
Remember, we talked about how Scratch thought that he was trapped for 200 years, but the building wasn't even that old. That must be important.
Right. Well, I'll take another look.
If you want to be so
I don't
honest,
see anything
Arthur,
about
why not just tell him about
mirrors,
me?
Anything of that sort. So
But then I suppose that would mean you'd actually have to talk to me.
Stop!
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not you, sorry. Okay. Nothing we've learned seems to have narrowed it down.
No, but then I suppose that's why we're going to the house. Undoubtedly, you'll have more information.
Exactly. I'm sure we're almost there. Why don't you check on that time dilation thing?
All right.
If I ignore you, it's just because I'm focusing on driving.
Yes. Right. Of course.
So, sorry, that sounds odd. There's a lot of conflicting thoughts going on in my mind right now.
Here as well.
Hey, what if we're dealing with conflicting factors?
What do you mean?
Well, what if it is this Hypnos, but not a complete piece of him? You know, that would alter his power significantly.
Not a complete piece.
Yes, like a fracture of it.
Is that even possible?
Yes, although rare, I wager. And when dealing with things from other worlds coming into ours being a possibility, see if you can read up on that. And when...
Well, hey.
What?
There's the... Well, that was it. You've passed it again. Yes. That's the turn off, I believe. I wondered why you'd missed it the first time, but this time I swear you'd noticed it. Yes, I think it's just down there. Wait, you didn't realise you missed it?
No.
Well, why did you circle back around this way?
I realized we missed it at first, but not...
I don't know. But we're taking it this time.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. We have plenty of time. Well, isn't that quite the sight? So, this is the house.
Yes, the second property owned by Edward William Allen.
Who you believe is dead. Did you want to head straight in or poke around the outside first?
Well, let's stay outside first. You look around the right of the property, and I'll take the left and search the barn.
Sounds good.
Let's say we meet on the front porch in... do you have the time?
Oh, yes. It's 11:23.
Oh. That late.
Aye, we may need to sleep in the car, depending on what happens. I don't think I want to sleep in there. Are you alright?
I need to tell you something.
Of course.
This stone, it was given to me by Scratch.
How?
It doesn't matter how.
It doesn't. Was this before you saw him or after?
After.
You saw him? You saw Hattie? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know how to... Look, I can't get into this now.
You wanted me to trust you, and you've kept this from me. Vital information from me. How can I...
Oscar, you knew that there were things I had to keep close to my chest. And I made a deal with Scratch.
You...
I had to.
What deal?
I agreed to give this stone to someone before they fall asleep tonight.
Why?
Tell me.
To help Scratch find a way out of Marie's house. To unbind him from whatever was keeping him there. Giving the stone to someone else will use wherever they sleep as his new home, as it were.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. I've been secretive and I'm sorry.
I've been looking at this book while we drive up here. Pouring through pages. But I can't lie and say that my mind hasn't been drifting. I've been circling around what my purpose here is. Not just in this car or outside this house, but in life. I felt aimless for so long. Trying in what small ways I can to make amends.
Oscar, we went...
No, I know, but still, after all I've done, after all the pain and misery I've caused, I struggle to wonder what my purpose was. What God had planned for me.
And?
He put me in your path to show me. I believe you're my purpose. To help. To guide. To protect even.
Oscar.
I know. You don't believe in God. That's your decision. But he believes in you. And I know he's given me you as a purpose. So how far am I willing to help? As far as I am physically, mentally, and spiritually able.
All right. Well, we'll see this to the end. No matter what that looks like.
Aye. Now this stone binds the creature to the house the owner sleeps in. Perhaps, if this shouldn't work, we just sleep here. If Scratch is stuck up here far away from the city, I guess it would be safer than it would be at Marie's.
Yes, perhaps.
Let me take the stone then, just in case.
I'll hold on to it for now.
Are you certain?
Certain. All right. Well...
Wait. With this new information about the stone and the time dilation, I think it would be worthwhile to have a look again. One last time at this book.
Right.
And the way it is outside right now...
Why don't you stay here and see if you can't find something with this new information?
Aye. I'll be here. Did you find something?
Yes, you?
Yes, I think so.
Well, look, I'm about to head inside the house, actually. Did you want to join?
Yes, let's. Damn. So, what did you find?
The barn is where I believe Edward Allen tested his ritual.
His ritual?
Yes.
Well, in regards to Scratch, I think I may have an idea of what he is.
What?
I suspect that we may be dealing with something called a Forgotten One. Based on what I can gather and understand, this is not exactly scientific. Forgotten Ones are trapped entities from outside. They're manifestations or counterparts of great ones.
Fractured?
Of a sort, yes. What I gather is that Scratch is a forgotten one of some great one that Edward William Allen or whoever tried to bring into this world and failed.
Hypnos?
There's no way to be certain. Not without finding something here that confirms it.
All right.
But that only gets us so far.
Yes.
So, what gets us all the way to stopping Scratch then?
We need to find anything that Edward William Allen would have used for research.
Right. There's a smell here.
Yes. Like rotting wood.
No. Like decay.
Look, let's just eat the elephant.
Sorry?
One bite at a time. You take the kitchen, and I'll take the den. Keep your eyes peeled.
Aye. The kitchen is quite small. Hard to tell if anything was made there at all.
The den as well. The Allen family didn't seem to have much money.
But owns 2 properties.
Well, I think we found our motivating factor to reach into the beyond.
I suppose so.
Regardless, I suppose we'll head upstairs.
Well, what about the basement? Look, here. There's a hatch right here.
Oh,
Did you want to head down? Or upstairs first?
well,
Shall I?
perhaps we should check upstairs first.
Oh. Okay. If you're sure.
I mean, if Edward William Allen is behind all of this, knowing more about him about his family could prove to be instrumental in defeating Scratch.
Aye. Okay.
So let's take a moment and be thorough.
Be careful, they don't look all that sturdy.
Well, this place has seen better days. Why don't you take the one on the left?
Aye.
Someone barricaded themselves in this room.
Perhaps.
Over a course of many days.
Jesus!
Sorry,
Oscar!
It's okay, it's okay.
Why not wake the dead while you're at it?
Another bedroom.
Yours was?
As well, aye.
Nothing of importance. Anything at all?
No.
Damn. Alright, well, shall we check the last room together?
Aye. It's colder here.
Yes, I feel it too.
Watch your step.
Watch it!
Wait. Hold. Did you hear that?
No.
It was like movement.
Sorry, no. It's so cold.
Yes, it feels...
The roof has collapsed in this room, Arthur.
Damn. Well, looks like the chimney's fallen in.
It does. What is this room?
I'm not sure. There's a table against the wall, a small wood stove that must have been connected to the chimney. Did you hear that?
A what?
The sound. It's like a scuttling.
Yes, one moment. There's a painting here.
I think it's coming from the stove. Does it connect it downstairs?
Yes, Oscar, one moment.
I think there's something in the stove. I'm going to open it.
One moment, Oscar.
You do.
What? Oscar! Oscar!
Fuck! Its body is entirely under his skin. Splitting and tearing as it moves towards his elbow. What? The dagger, Arthur!
What? Oh, God! You want me to cut it out?
Yes!
No! Please, Arthur, no!
He'll die otherwise.
I can't please.
Yes, Arthur! He will die.
Oscar, I have
You
to.
have to, Arthur, or it will kill Oscar.
God! Oh, God!
It's writhing its way higher up in his arm.
No, don't. Please, Arthur, no.
Cut it, Arthur!
He's saying no. He doesn't want
He's
to.
panicking, Arthur! He's in shock!
No, please! I won't. I can't.
Arthur! He is going to die!
I won't. I won't, Oscar. I won't.
Cut it out! No!
What can I need to do something.
Arthur!
Don't cut it out! No, don't!
I
Cut it off!
What?
What?
Axe!
He wants you to cut it
There's
off!
an axe! In the backyard!
Jesus!
No!
He's wrapping his arm above the elbow!
Axe! No!
Move, Arthur!
No!
Left!
Oscar! I'm here.
He's taken the strips of clothing and tied it tightly just above his elbow.
Where do...
Quickly! The veins in his arm have turned black.
Oh, God.
They're
God.
pulsating and moving.
Here! Just below the elbow!
All right.
He's on the ground. His arm stretched out beside
Just
him.
below the elbow!
His left arm, Arthur.
Clean through!
In the axe, and I can tell you where to bring it back down.
Don't stop!
Here?
No matter what!
More to the left.
Clean through!
You're sure?
Here, Arthur.
You're positive?
Yes.
No, back more!
John!
No!
Yes.
I'm sorry, Oscar.
The door.
It's... Oh, for fuck's sake! Oscar? Oscar? Oscar!
He's barely standing, Arthur.
God damn it!
How the hell did he do that?
What did you...
It's done.
How did you...
It's done. Come on. Scratches. She's no more.
I heard a...
Watch the...
Yes.
Noise.
What's the... Oh. Here.
A noise.
Yeah.
Outside, it woke me.
Oh, it's all right. After I drop you off at the hospital. This is done. I can't.
Arthur. You're my...
No, Oscar. No, I'm not.
Arthur.
I can't help you anymore.
All right.
I can hear it.
Hear what?
No, I hear.
Here.
Rest, Oscar.
Aye. Thank you. Arthur. Here.
What's this?
Where Daniel's Freemasons meet.
Oh,
You told me to find out. I did. Forgot to tell you. Or rather, thought we'd end up looking together.
Thank you, Oscar.
Of course. Okay. Arthur, who's John?
No one. No one you'll ever meet. Goodbye, Oscar.